I've been playing a ton of rotation recently and I've already reached Grandmaster, and honestly the current format isn't super fun for me. I'm not having that much fun with it, so for today I'm gonna be playing Unlimited for the first time in a very long while. I still haven't reached Grandmaster in Unlimited or even Master for that matter, so I might be just trying to reach a higher rank in Unlimited for the time being. And then I'll probably play rotation again when the Grand Prix comes back, but until then I'll be playing Unlimited, and what better way to start than one of my favorite degenerate OTK combo decks from Unlimited. This isn't a good deck or anything, but it's one of my personal favorites, so let's look at the deck list we're running for today. So this is the deck list we're running for today. The idea is quite simple. It's based on Kel's ability. Whenever your leader's defense is restored, you deal 2 damage to the enemy leader. With 2 copies of Kel, whenever you heal, your opponent takes 4 damage. You have to heal 5 times in one turn, which sounds daunting, but with cards, we have cards like Smile Cure Priest, which will heal, accelerate 0 to heal you. And Orchid's Exam Hall, actually the base form is very efficient for this because Fanfare and Last Words restore 1 defense to your leader. And then you will use Ascended Prism Priestess. You can guarantee the Orchid's Exam Hall for 0 and make it cost 0, so you can heal twice for 0, which is very good. And of course, the last piece of the puzzle is City of Gold. This will instantly pop your Orchid's Exam Hall when you play it. So using these pieces, you will go for an OTK. That's basically the deck. Earliest you can do is turn 5, but that's a bit of a high roll. It's not like every game or anything, but it's not super inconsistent either. We do run Citrine Rabbit here, which guarantees both Kel and Ascended Prism Priestess when you play it. So that's one way to draw combo pieces. Other than that though, you have to draw it manually. Dollars of Rebirth here is mainly for Dawn Splendor, because there is a bunch of like decks that rely on storm damage, so we can hopefully use that to survive. And Wing Brilliance has 2 roles. One is a trash can, the other one it's a backup in case your opponent destroys City of Gold. But it doesn't really seem to be happening much, so honestly you could probably cut Wing Brilliance and run other cards in it. One thing I would suggest is probably running more copies of Bellerophon, because on cases where you don't get the OTK on like turn 5, Bellerophon can help you find lethals later on. Especially if you don't manage to find your second Kel, which happens surprisingly often. You can consider running more copies of Bellerophon, but I only have 1 copy of her, so I'm only running 1 copy. Yeah, so that's it for the deck list. Let's look at some games. Our first game for today is against Dragon, and we are going first. Just know my rank is quite low on Unlimited, so you don't expect like meta decks every single time or anything. Plus this deck isn't really strong enough to keep up with meta decks, so there's that. Anyway, for the mulligan, we just look for Prism Priestess, Citrine Rabbit, and Kel. That's it. That's all only cards I keep, unless I need something for the matchup. In this case though, don't really have any specific keeps for Dragon. We go ahead and pass turn 2 here, pick up City of Gold. My opponent played the Conflagration, so this is going to be buff Dragon, which is not really a meta deck in Unlimited, but it's fine. I'm gonna drop Citrine Rabbit here, pick up the Prism Priestess. Now we have both of them. We just need to find Kel and we will have a win. Basically is how this deck works. We can go ahead and trade into their Beyond here just to reduce damage coming to our face. And then go ahead and play our Prism Priestesses. Drawing the Orchid Exam Hall for right now guarantees we won't draw it later, which does 2 things. One, it guarantees that we get it for 0. And the second thing is that we draw Orchid's Exam Hall out of the deck so that we can find cards that aren't Orchid Exam Hall, especially Kel, which we kind of need right now. Just to go, my opponent will go ahead and use the Celestial Dragoon and the Windswept Dragon Newt here. Unfortunately, we still haven't found Kel, so we are going to be drawing into our deck. Go ahead and draw the Perpetual Despair as well since it draws. And then we'll just use the Smile Cure Priest to heal and mainly get a card out of our hand because we need hand space. Right of the Virtuous can draw, so you might want to save it for that. That's why we played the Smile Cure instead of using. We do end up using the Fanfare effect here to draw more cards. Empty our hand as well. We just need 5 points of healing, so with 2 Orchids Exam Hall we are guaranteed like 4 already. There is one thing to watch out for though, is that if you have 2 play points or more, you can't play it for the standard Orchids Exam Hall. So You have to keep that in mind, but just keep that in mind, you should be fine. Don't drop the Joe here, we go down to 1, which is very scary. But we do top deck the Cal here, so this will be lethal. So yeah, a bit of luck here, but I mean, it's fine, right? Go ahead and use prayer, heal once here. And now we are low enough that Orchid Example can be played. So that's it for this game. Let's move on to the next game. After you watch Cal's machine gun go for a while. The next game today is against Blood and we are going first. Honestly, there's not too much difference between going first and second. Mainly, it's your ability to handle your opponent's early turns, because your early turns is mostly passing. So in this case, we do kick Glistering Angel because Blood has 2 decks and they're both Invoke reliant. So, kick Glistering Angel. Of course, you could throw everything and just look for combo pieces, but that play only ever works if you actually do manage to find a combo pieces in time, because you have no defenses against your opponent's strong plays if you don't keep stuff like Blistering Angel for the matchup. This allows you to play a longer game to hopefully have more time to draw your pieces. Then we go ahead and play the Ascended Prison Priestess to pick up Orchids and drop the Glistering Angel to deny Flowers Invoke this turn if they go for it. So they don't go for it this turn, they just set out for the next turn instead. It's fine. Cal here, which is good because that means we have all our combo pieces in play. We go and drop the Citron Rabbit. Once again, we do want to delay them for another turn, so we go ahead and drop another Glistering Angel here. Unfortunately, we don't quite have lethal next turn yet, so we need to spend one more turn to set it up. But with a Glistering Angel here in play, we should be able to stop them from getting too threatening aboard this turn. Unfortunately, my opponent will have Silver Snipe here, so we're gonna take a ton of damage, but well, not much we can do about that really. Got Goddess of Rebirth here, which is very nice. We can pick up Dawn Splendor, which will be very good for denying damage. Actually, this is a misplay. I think keeping Ascended Prison Priestess is better. If you count next turn, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 points of healing, all costing 0 PP. So next time if we play Holy Bowman, then we have no way to go below 2 play points. And we can actually end up missing lethal that way. So this was probably a misplay. I should have kept the Ascended Prison Priestess. I sort of prayed that I would draw something that could help me, that would cost like 1 or 2 PP that we can play. And my opponent is going to go for the Help to Train Your Wolf. Evolve, get that evil point back, and as well give them a damage shield on their own turn. And they'll do a bunch of self-pings. They invoke Flowers here, but it's fine because we're looking to finish them next turn anyway, so that's not too big of a deal. And the Dawn Splendor will reduce damage coming to our face, and there's the Knight of Purgatory as well. But we do pick up Smalcure Priestess, which means that we do have enough for lethal, so go ahead and play the 2 Kels here, then just play Plums. Anything is fine really, I think. Go ahead and drop the Orchids here, and then Smalcure Priest for lethal, so that's it for this game as well. Our last game here will be against Shadow. This time we are going second. Again, I don't think it matters too much. Shadow is most likely going to be Soultaker, which is pretty annoying. Basically, it comes down to whoever can blow the opponent up first, which I guess is sort of unlimited in general. But yeah, I mean, they are more consistent than us, so I think they are probably advantaged here. But fine, well, not fine, but hopefully we can survive here. We can use Guard of the Virtuous. If they are running the OTK version, having our max health increase might allow us to survive their burst turn, so go ahead and accelerate there. And we just pass here to get our City of Gold. Standard stuff. It's the Spectral Stuff, my opponent. They do have the, what's that guy's called? The, called Cowie. They do have him, so I guess this is a more defensive variant, which is definitely better for us because we might be able to find lethal that way. And this time we go ahead and just pick up Bellerophon. Honestly, our hand isn't looking too good, so we might need to rely on us later game, so getting Bellerophon's effect active should make finding lethal a little bit easier. If you're going double Kel, it only requires 4 heals. If you're going single Kel, it requires 7 heals, so either way it is fairly helpful. And this Glistering Angel for my opponent. It's fine, they'll just use it to clear my Bellerophon. So we go ahead and draw into our deck more to hopefully find another Kel. We'll drop the Ascended Prison Priestess as well to pick up the Orchids. Maybe it might have been better to play Orchids first actually. I mean play the Prison Priestess first, but then if I drew Citron Rabbit off the provisions, then Citron Rabbit will probably have been the better play, so I guess that's what I was looking at. Oh no, we'll go ahead and drop their Soultaker here with the Hades as well. And they do, for some reason, trade instead of hitting my face, which is very good for me. Got another Cal here, but unfortunately we do not quite have lethal here. We go ahead and draw into our deck for more healing cards. We pick up Guide of the Virtuous, which is very nice. You count my opponent's board, they have 19 damage, 12, 17, 21 damage. So actually with this Guide of the Virtuous, we are 1 out of their lethal range. So our goal here is to lock their board so that they can't play anything else from hand to get the rest of the way there. Of course, if they have Necro Impulse, then I'm screwed, but you know, who knows. Actually no, they don't have enough shadows for Necro Impulse, so we go ahead and lock their board here. They will hit us in the face, but we survive on 1, and what do you know it, we do have lethal this turn, so go ahead and drop our Kel here. Might as well drop 3 Kels. 3 Kels is definitely safer because Karula's Last Words will destroy our follower. In the end, we do only need 4 heals to finish them off, so I'm pretty sure they die before Karula's Last Words activates, but Kel's probably safer. Go ahead and drop Orchids here for lethal, so that's it for this game as well. So those are all the games I have for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As you can see, this deck is stupidly cheap. You don't even necessarily need Bellerophon here. So if you want to make this cheaper, you can even cut her. So yeah, if you are bored at Unlimited, you can probably try this deck out for relatively cheap. I recommend playing it a little bit. It's pretty fun. But I mean, if it's not a cup of tea, it's not a cup of tea, right? So yeah, that's it for today's video. See you next time. Bye bye.